This is where it gets intricate. What we're gonna do first is take the big gun and we're just gonna shoot the big areas. We're gonna work our way up to about the strut towers and we're gonna stop. At this point, we're either gonna get the door jamb gun out or we're gonna get the airbrush. Either way though, that's how we're gonna fine tune all of this stuff back here. Because I can't take everything off the car, or I don't want to anyway. We're gonna use the older gun because it'll work just fine for what we're doing here. And we will break the new gun out whenever we get into the bigger areas, but no point right now. Anyway, we have our little filter on here because I'm sure that thing's full of water. We're gonna shoot this. All right, guys, here's the first spray. You're gonna see what the color is. That's right, guys, Calypso green. That is going to be the color. That is an absolutely beautiful color. All right, let me get you guys set up and we're gonna get to work. To be completely honest with you, it doesn't look that good as far as body work, but remember that it's going to have an engine in it and you're not gonna see hardly any of this. You know, the fenders cover a lot, the engine covers a lot, so we're not going to worry about it. It's going to look good once we get everything in it, but yeah, I can see a lot of issues with the bodywork over there. But hey, it's a sight better than it was. It's going to look really good once we get some clear coat on it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and kind of peck away at this, just a little here, a little there. As you can see, I don't have the gun turned way up, having to keep it really close. I don't want to get a bunch of overspray all over everything, so I'm going to try to keep this neat and tidy. See what we can't do here. So far so good, guys. I think it's looking all right. Obviously there's bodywork issues, but what you have to remember is there's going to be a lot of components in the car that are going to cover a lot of this up. Most engine bays look like shit anyway, so this is actually going to look okay once it's all clear coated. So we are going to clear coat everything, and that's going to make it look really good. If I see something that's really out of place, then I'll come back and what I'll do is just, you know, do some extra body work on it. I do think I'm going to sand that bottom frame rail, get it a little bit smoother, and shoot some more paint on it. All right, guys, this is going to be the Calypso Cobra. A little Zima and some Calypso Cobra. Yeah, why not, right? We might just paint the whole damn thing tonight. All right, guys, that is going to wrap this portion up. I'm going to go in and kind of fine tune some stuff. This is going to take hours to complete. I know it looks like it's going really quick. It's going to take a long time to get in all the nooks and crannies. She's going to look better than she did, and right now that's all that matters. All right, guys, we'll catch back up with you when I'm done. All right, here you go, guys. That's just base coat only, guys. That's no clear coat, nothing like that. I'm not gonna roll it out any further than this. We're just gonna let the light just kind of lick the front end of the car there for you. Everything associated, hopefully, with a fuel injected car is gonna be able to go back on this so that it covers most of it. So, you know what, on one of these cars, the only thing that really shows is this top support here, a little bit up on the strut towers up here, and then obviously a little bit back there. That's about all that you see, so I'm good with that. Currently, we are out of paint. I only bought a pint of paint, and it really wasn't quite enough to do the engine bay. It really was, but I wanted a little bit more to be able to really go back in and lay some really nice coats on. And by the way, guys, I used the new gun today, the GTI Pro. Oh my God. Let's look at that real quick. All right, so you guys have really not seen this yet, but this is the new GTI Pro light. You know, we talk about being able to use a Harbor Freight gun to do stuff, and you absolutely can. But I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. There is a difference between the way, well, an expensive gun lays paint and the way cheap gun lays paint. It's the way, it's all in the atomization. And in solids, you can get away pretty much with any gun. As long as you're going to put enough clear on it and you're going to wet sand it out, you're okay. With metallics, you really don't have that luxury. So I want you to look at the way this laid. Bodywork's not perfect, but I want you to look at the shine of it, the way it pops. See the way the light catches the corners and it pops? Well, before that, the car didn't do that. And I had sprayed it with one of my older guns. It was still a DeVelvis, but it was a really old gun, and the color just did not pop. The flakes almost looked like they were sitting on top of the paint. So it just really didn't pop right. And I said, well, let me break out this, you know, just to see. And holy crap, huge difference in the way the paint lays. I hate to say that because I always preach budget. It's just, I do want to, you know, I want to share information as I run across it. And I want to share this with you guys. There's a huge difference. So basically, I'm finding out what the paint snobs have been saying for years, I guess. There is a difference in these guns. But I will say this. If you're going to be spraying a solid color, use whatever you got. You know, you can make that work. Metallics, not so much. Probably need to at least invest in one or borrow one if you can, if you're going to be spraying metallics like this, so that it doesn't streak up and it looks good. All right, guys, enough of that. Also, real quick, like right here, this is the rust spot. I forgot to video it. Look at this, guys. Now, I've had the fender on and off a few times, so it scratched it up, but man, that fiber feel is perfect. Guys, look at that. I mean, you're not going to get much better than that. That shit's there. It's not going anywhere. The rust has been killed. I put rust stop all up in here. Also, I would like to talk to you guys real quick about the drainage system on these cars. I mentioned in the previous video, do not park your car under trees and stuff because leaves come down, they get stuck in between the fenders, and it basically just causes rot. Also, it gets down in the cowl area. Well, it ends up running down because there's a drainage system in these cars. So you can see that hole in there. Well, that goes straight through the cowl. So you guys see way back there, there's a drain. So the way the drainage system works on these cars, at least up front anyway, is as water runs down here, it comes through a channel, which I still left open, by the way. There's a channel here, and then the water can essentially drain out down here in this channel. Also, as water comes down through the cowl, it runs down here and it all drains out. So you have to make sure that this is clear. This thing was full of just leaves, acorns, everything else. I mean, it was packed into the corner so bad, but as you can see, we've gotten all that out. And hopefully this thing stays dry from here on out. Well, at least it's not gonna hold water anyway. So please, check your drainage system on these cars. We're not even gonna get into the sunroof and stuff like that because that's a whole nother video. But on the front of these cars, because they are all the same from 79 to 93, take that cowling off and look up in there and make sure you don't have leaves compacted. Now it's gonna be a little harder up here because the fender is in the way and you can't see any of this, but check if you can, make sure that no leaves are all up in here, because I'm gonna tell you right now, what you don't want are problems right here. We were supposed to have some new parts for the car yesterday, so we were really gonna just like knock this out, but it didn't work out. I wasn't able to go get them, so hopefully sometime in the middle of the week I'll go get those parts, and then we'll start really kind of fitting the body up on the car, getting the Cobra kit situated, and seeing if we can get this thing to line up, and then the paint process starts. All right, guys, so earlier I'm sure you saw that there was a bunch of overspray, meaning all the foam had green paint on it. You know, there was just overspray on everything. I'll try to go back and show you a clip of it if I can. But I want to show you how I go about this. Best way to do this is completely strip your engine bay, your firewall out, but most people are not going to be able to do that. So I want to show you a quick way of touching it up. So you can actually take spray paint and just spray into your bottle here. Take you a cheap little Harbor Freight airbrush and lightly just start to airbrush this in real light. So now when you step back, the foam is black. Now you can, you know, take it a step further and really kind of get into it, but just real quick, like, that's how I approach it. So on the brake booster, you can see that it basically just looks clean. Well, in the other video before, it was all rusty. Once again, same concept. Now, what I do on stuff like that, is I actually add a little bit of reducer to the black, and what that does is thin it out and gives it more of just like a clean look rather than like you painting every square inch of it, because that starts to look unnatural with airbrush, because the fan is so small you get shiny streaks, dull streaks, stuff like that. But if you thin it out with reducer and basically just apply a light coat, it just kind of makes it look new again, I guess, or refreshed. So that's what I do with this. I just go around and I touch up little spots. As you can see, the hood latch assembly has been painted. The condenser support down here has been sprayed. So guys, that's all you have to do. So don't worry so much about spraying over your foam or anything like that. You can come back and touch it up with black. But I want to move to the other part of it, because you're bound to get overspray that you don't want on anything. So what I do is take a little bit of lacquer thinner, and if you're doing this job, you have to have lacquer thinner anyway to be able to clean your gun. For instance, I got paint on my brake lines. Take that lacquer thinner on that rag and wipe everything off, and it literally just comes right off. So you see the heater core, which the other side's broken, but watch how quick this comes off. Give it a couple little twists with some lacquer thinner on it, and there you go, guys. So that's the way I go about doing this. Anywhere you get overspray, like we have a little bit of overspray right there, this lacquer thinner will take it right off, like no problem whatsoever. I did the same thing over here on the hood cable, on the latch cable. Just run some lacquer thinner down it, you'll get all of your overspray off. Now you want to do this before you clear coat, because once you clear coat this, it is not going to come off that easy. I just want to give you guys that tip because you know, I forget to video a lot, and I get out here and I just get to going. I'm actually supposed to be doing yard work right now. As you guys can see, I have everything out. You know how it goes. I looked over there and I was like, man, I have got to detail this. So, you know, I'm out here doing this. So I just want to take a second and share that with you guys and let you know how it is that I detail the engine bay on the green. Now, once we clear coat everything and we put all the little black components back on, this thing's really gonna pop. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling because I don't know if you guys are even interested in these little small tips and tricks, but this is what I do. Anything to save a buck. Anything to do it with my own dirty ass hands, and you know what, I call that a good day. Alright guys, there's our first coat of clear. I'm going to come back and do one more light coat. As you can see though, the clear coat actually darkens this color up. That's something that I forgot about, but that's really cool. I like it. That's going to look really good. So remember guys, it's just an engine bay. All this stuff will be covered up. Most of it you won't even see, but I think this is going to look really good. I'm going to go ahead and put one more wet coat on it, and I think we can work with this. But notice the color difference though and how it darkened up. This is your color. Here's the clear coat on it. It's not perfect, but damn it, I'm happy with it. Guys, y'all like it? Looks good? Oh yeah. Yeah, we're stoked. If you've never seen Calypso resprayed with a good thick clear on it, it is something to behold, I'm telling you. Yeah, and the gun that we used, obviously we talked about it earlier, made a huge difference. Damn it, man, I love it. All right, guys, till next time, as always, thanks for watching. Check this out, guys. Look at that. Damn. Now you'll watch the videos from now on, right? Now that you're in the video, this is a 06 Premium GT, and it's your dad's car, right? All right.
55,000 original miles.